Exodus Institute, and we're live, and we have some very special guests here this afternoon. And we're at 816 North Laramie. You could come on in and join us. Hopefully you'll be out here to maybe ask some questions and put your feelings in on what's going on in our neighborhoods and the community, and just speak what's on your mind. Today we have a very special guest. We have State Rep Shawn Ford. And even though he's the state rep for the 8th district, he also does some things for the whole city of Chicago, for the whole state, where he fights for different things in our neighborhood. We have some mentally ill people that really need some help and assistance in our community. And he's been fighting and doing some things for that. He's also done some things for those that happen to be on substance abuse, where he's trying to help in the rehab on that. The youth, he's fighting for them to get some training for trades. And that's over on Roosevelt. He's trying to convert those buildings that the gas company left abandoned in our neighborhood, in our community, right off of Roosevelt and Costner. And so he wants to put some carpentry and electricians and plumbers and different things over there for our youth to learn how to get some jobs, because everybody can't make it to college. And we're also so proud to have him because he was one of the youth here in this building up under Mid-Austin Steering Committee with Mrs. Johnson and Ms. Ella Mae Robinson. And so we're proud to have State Rep Shawn Ford, our next Black president.
All right, thanks for having me. It's great. This is like a homecoming, coming back into this place that I used to come for after school programs.
Okay.
But it's come a long way. I mean, the last time I was here, literally, you guys were putting things together, and I guess you robbed Peter to pay Paul, and
that's Mr. Altman. I don't know how he does it, but he's the executive director over here, and he has worked some miracles over here. And we have really been divinely blessed because we really don't get funding from the government or the city, but Mr. Altman has done a magnificent job with what he's done over here in keeping the lights on, the gas, and just doing wonderful things over here. They tried to beautify it a little bit with some pictures and different things. And we're here though, we're trying to get the After School Matters program over here with the youth. We happen to have Alderman Emma Mintz maybe helping us to get all of those things in to get that back. But we have some youth here today, some young men that may not know how you did it, even though you grew up here, and I think Ms. Robinson might have whooped you one time, you know, but we, I probably shouldn't have told
That's
that.
okay.
But you came through here, came through our neighborhood, and you managed to be the state rep. And like I said, I really believe this, that you are a wonderful politician and a wonderful young man, and we are proud of you.
Thank you.
But all right. We want to know how we got the young people here, a few of them.
You know, they used to say that about me.
Oh,
Nobody calls me the young person.
the young person, okay. But they need to know how you went about getting where you are. How did you get out the hood, first of all?
Yeah, I'm still in it. I still live in Austin, but the most important thing is to just be, I would say, one, you got to be based in the church, some type of higher power that you believe in.
Amen.
Because it works. And you have to be obedient to your family, to your mother, your father, or whoever loves you the most, and then express their love. It really works out for you, you know, and as a young person, I've learned that there was a lot of things that I really didn't want to do, but I did it out of obedience, and it turned out to be the best things that I have ever did in my life.
Well, you know, we seen you grow up and mature off up into those politics, but it was something that you do that's not in the politics. Most politicians, they're more or less, it's like they don't work for us, but they're big up on the podium. You go out and you actually serve the people of the neighborhoods and the communities, the places that you fight for us in this city. It's remarkable because you are not just in your district doing the fighting.
Yeah.
You go all over this state.
Yeah, I mean, wherever there's the need, you know, I feel like I'm with those people because there's no one, I mean, in my family, I have an apple from every tree.
Okay.
And so if somebody with a drug problem, they're in my family. Somebody with a criminal background, they're in my family. Somebody without a father, they're in my family.
That's right.
You know, somebody unemployed, they're in my family. Someone got killed, that happened to my family. I mean, and I'm blessed to be able to be elected and to have these real life experiences to tell the stories in government and to stand with the people that's struggling.
Well, you are doing a miraculous job. We are very proud of you, like I said. And we're so proud. He actually received an award. He was noticed by this organization, the World Peace Run. And they run all over the world, not just here in the United States. They run through 7 continents, all over this world for world peace, love, and harmony. And so they have an award that they pass out to those people that sit back and do things for all over the world in their neighborhoods and their communities, that sacrifice themselves to sit back and do some things. And on May 25th of this year, the World Peace Run gave our state rep, Shawn, the Torchbearers Award, and he deserved the round of applause just for that. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a real honor, and it actually was a day when I received a award where they taught you even more how to be at peace with yourself and how to make sure that you take time to always, in every situation, to find peace. And that was an excellent room.
And you know, it was he had to do. It was all like evil forces wanted to come in and keep him away from it. It was actually a brief tornado that day. I think you were in the room doing a Zoom call or something. While we were over at, I forget the name of the place.
We were on South Shore Culture
Center. And there was a tornado out there, and we were sitting up in there, and it never fazed us or bothered us or anything. And he had a room to go and do his Zoom call, and it was just a blessing that day. And what he said earlier, he said how he made it from the hood. And our program is Exodus from the hood, what we do here on this TV program. And it was so important that you mentioned the church, where you came from. It don't have to just be churches. It could be a mosque, a synagogue, or whatever. But you have to have something divine to sit back and help you to get out of these places. And that's some of the things that's happening with our youth right now. They're sitting back and they're teaching our youth at maybe 6 or 7 years old, the games that they're playing, especially up on all of this TikTok and all of these other things. They're sitting back, they're learning how to shoot and do different group of things, and they're raised up in it. And it's like they're going wild at this present time with those things because they haven't seen anybody with spiritual activities around them. And we have to have programs to sit back here and help our youth with those type of programs. And Mr. Alton has done a marvelous job over here with this building and to take care of some of those programs where we do have Exodus Institute. At Exodus Institute, we do have Exodus Drum and Bugle Corps. where we sit back and we go out in the neighborhoods, and do parades and do performances, and we just do all of the good in the hood, and everybody respond to it. But could you mention about those buildings that's over there on Roosevelt, and give us an update on what's happening over there so that we could get some of these guys over there for some computer training, some plumbing or whatever?
Well, I got a commitment from Governor J.B. Pritzker that we're gonna have money to build a trade school. That was one of my major
Right here.
demands, that we get a trade school. And so we have to have a location where we're gonna build a trade school, because as you said earlier, not everyone wants to go to the university.
That's right.
And in fact, it's been proven that going to a trade school can be more beneficial for some people because they don't have a college debt and they start out making $70,000.
Good money.
You know, $30 an hour. And so we have to make those opportunities available. The baby boomers are retiring. The workforce is booming.
Yeah.
And the work shortage, we have a real serious work shortage. And believe it or not, the reason why we have a situation where the United States have allowed for the borders to sort of be open is because they believe that this is how we can get some of the workforce into the country.
That's right.
But it's my belief that we have a lot of people right here that's already trained, that have the skills, that should be hired, or that's waiting to be trained, but we don't have the programs to put them in so that they can be trained, so that they can get the jobs that's ready for them.
Well, we're over here at Exodus. We're gonna be helping support you up on that. And we know several young men that would be glad to go to carpentry school or to be an electrician or a plumber. Plus, we need them over here in the building.
Yeah, we actually should work together to build a whole inventory, a pipeline, so that we can let the trades know. And I would like to work with you all to say that we recruit people, regardless to whether or not you're already in a trade, but we need to recruit and say, come to us if you want to be in a trade, so that we could show the state, the city, the county, that we have all of these young people, men, women, and young men and women that would like to get into trades, but the opportunities are not there. If we could prove that we have the demand for the trades, that will make it much more helpful.
So you heard that, Mr. Altman? So you're gonna be on that, right? We're gonna be looking into and getting that. Plus, there are some retired, like you said, the baby boomers.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them that might have been retired, and you're sitting around and you don't know what to do. You're laying around eating up food and watching sports on TV and doing nothing, twiddling your toes. You need to come on out here and support these youth, because they need some men that have done some things and been wonderful to come back and get with these youth and help them out in their destination to learn some of these trades. Come on down here with 816 North Laramie. We'll be glad to have you come in and to teach. We have to volunteer at this time because we don't have the funding, but it's to give back. Sometimes you have to reach back and help someone. And so reach back and help our youth, because some of them really want to know how to get that direction. Everybody don't have a church. A lot of the youth don't get exposed to church, anything like that, until after they go to another place that we really don't want them to go to. So we don't sit down here and teach negative things to them. We don't go into the religions or anything, but we do speak about spirituality to the youth and understand that there is a such thing as good and evil.
Yeah.
And you have to have some good in you.
But speaking of good, you know, just what is it that a program like this needs? I mean, there's two funds that's out there. There's capital money that the state can help with for construction, renovation, and then there's programming dollars.
State Rep, you're looking at our building here. You know, this is an old fire station. From the summer program that we had with the youth, we had a very good 3-on-3 basketball tournament here. And you see, we do need some capital for this, and when Mr. Altman take you upstairs from the snow settling in on the roof, you're gonna go up those stairs and you're gonna see where we may need a little construction up there, maybe in our studio room, where the floors are a little buckling because of, this is an old building and it was a fire station. So I think we could use both of those because that would help with the programming and the repairs of the needs for this building.
So you guys, all own the building, you could get capital money from the state and you could use it. It's not the city-owned property. That
Well, now,
well, we could talk about, the most important thing is that you would be able to get state capital money and use it for the building.
oh, yes. Thank you. And that would be it. You are please get me around with that. It is so wonderful that you have come out here. I wanted to see if there's any questions, and I'm not sure. I know you're running for state rep again, but I mentioned something about president. And I touched on it, you know. Now, this is the truth. There was another gentleman. He was just a state senator at the time. And he was over here doing a parade with the congressman, the little West Side parade that Danny Davis did, all right? And at that time, he was smoking and he got out the car. He was, Exodus was marching with them and everything. And I told him, I said, you know, this is a long parade. Danny see everybody on the west side in this parade that we go through. And I did mention to him, I said, our first Black president. And he took heed to it and became the first Black president. And I want you to take heed because there's something divine in you. You didn't just come from, you all see it? You all see it? When I told you, we were blessed. I don't know how Mr. Altman do it, but it's something divine over here. And there's something divine in you and the people. We need you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm gonna tell you how Mr. Altman does it in this organization. First of all, true confession. I haven't been the best to the Exodus organization, but yet you guys are still a blessing to me. And when the Lord saw, I don't know how today happened.
Yeah.
But I'm here and I'm so happy that but you know, I say all that to say because so often people cut their nose off to spite their face, cut their blessings off and say, I'm through with that person.
Yeah.
You guys could have been through with me, but you didn't cut me off. And I'm so grateful. And I'm 100, just coming here made me realize that we have to work together.
Yeah.
And I have to do my part to make sure that I support this organization. And I think people could learn from y'all's spirit.
Yes.
And realize that it's about patience and keeping love front and center.
You know, I have to go and elaborate upon that because everywhere we would go, no matter where I would pop up, and I kind of sit back and lay and be in different places. And the state rep always gave me respect.
Yeah.
I don't know if he saw the aura over me or whatever it was, but he felt something.
Yeah.
And he always gave me that respect. And he would say, okay, come on, you want to come and speak? I said, oh, Lord, you know, but I would always come and speak about peace and unity and harmony that we need in our neighborhoods and our community.
Yeah.
Right now, I got a gentleman that don't never say anything. He just sit back and produce this stuff and make things work and run. Mr. Altman, did you have a question?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Mr. Ford and I go back a long, long way. And I just wanted to, I thought about, if you can remember, we did parade with the Glory.
Wow. Yes.
You were connected.
Yes.
To Glory.
The kids. Yes.
And then he ended up becoming the other.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, the band is the band, Exodus band. It has to be supported because you guys have you have a template that has to grow.
Yeah.
And people are looking for bands all over the United States of America. People look for bands to play for presidents
Right.
in their inaugural parades. So, and it's you know, you see how big Jesse White's tumblers are.
Mhm.
You know, we could support a program like this, just like Jesse White's program. And music is something that young people and older people like. And you will draw young people to the program because it's something that they like, and it's not something that they could get at schools. It's not something that they can get anywhere. So this is a unique, valuable asset that should be supported.
And you know, following that up, Exodus we actually came from the church. We started in different churches. And each church was about 10 churches. And they all wanted the drum and bugle corps named after their church. And we sat back, we were over here at Mid-Austin, but we couldn't bring all of the kids over here and make all that noise because of the neighborhood and the community. And so we used the churches and the park districts and different facilities to bring all of it together. And it came up that it should be named. Major Adams brought 6 different organizations, street organizations together back in Henry Warner. And when they came together, and we had all these people coming over from different drum and bugle corps to teach because we were just learning it. And the first song that was played when it came together was Exodus. And that's how the name came about. Exodus, the movement of the children. And we got our security officer over here. He seemed to want to know about, I guess he's trying to get some security stuff together.
Now, what I'm trying to do is actually, I just want to make a comment. The comment is that I've been knowing the Shawn for a very long time, and I've been watching his record, his track record, about what he's doing in the community. And if I had to grade it, it'd be graded A+.
All right.
He's got a lot of things into the community, the bills that he had got passed, he has fought on the floor to get passed was amazing.
Yes.
Because I've seen it for myself, that this man is for our people.
Yes.
I concur.
That's a wonderful testimony that you brought out. And you see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, one of the bills that I know is very, very important. Just this one is big because people all over the state benefits from the bill that I altered and passed with community people, and that is the sealing of felony records. It's a big deal. People are getting their records sealed, and we're going to continue to work to try to make sure that those records not only be sealed, but they become expunged so that they can no longer be there anymore.
Did you hear that, Cecil? Because he said he's working on the bill to get those things expunged from, because we got a lot of guys, man, that getting back in society, they made some trouble when they were youth, didn't have the direction that you had and everything, but they're here now.
Yeah.
And they're here willing to give back to the youth in our neighborhood and our community. If you could feel the love that you're receiving now, this is deeper than just a politician.
Right.
Yeah, this is human.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anybody on the Zoom for a call in? Because we got about two or three more minutes. Anybody? Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I
Okay.
Shawn Paul, you know, I'm also happy to, you know, my people, we are living in disaster when it comes to the government rate. I'm glad that you got in a position where you testify about the center for the kids.
Yes.
You have always been a strong advocate for the kids. And what I would like to see is, because the last time I seen Governor Christie, because we got him ahead, he gonna win. We got him ahead, he gonna win. But I like for you to keep letting him know about the last time I saw him, it was about allocate money for substance abuse.
Right.
So I told them last time, but it wasn't up to every proportion like it is now, fentanyl.
Yeah, fentanyl is rough.
It's up the community. I mean,
Every community.
it's, and they started bringing in that fentanyl, and the last stats I got on it was that they fought enough to kill every man, woman, boy, child in the United States 3 times over. So I'm glad that you is a here for the people. So that Chris could know to continue to send out money to combat the abuse.
That's fantastic. There's been a settlement, $1 billion settlement, and I'm gonna make sure that we fight together to get that money in our community.
All right.
Amen.
Yeah.
Now, I live, oh.
Mr. Brown, we thank you for that comment, but State Rep, we have a young man here that, his parents, may not be here any longer, and, he had someone to kind of adopt him and do certain things, and he just happened to be sitting here. You all happen to have on the same
Yeah.
clothes and different things, and so he has some questions or something that he might want to say, or I don't know if he want to do a dance, but I believe this is Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I think so.
So this is Chosen, and Chosen has performed all over this state I know of, especially this city. And he might have a few questions he'd like to ask and interview you on.
Do you tell your age, Chosen?
Huh?
Do you tell your age?
20 years old.
20, okay, all right.
Yeah, 20.
So I know who I'm talking to.
But I really didn't actually have no questions, but I guess I could make some questions up. But one question is, how was the experience of, growing up in this like facility center of Exodus? Like, how was it?
I mean, just having a place to go is what every child and parent need. Somewhere where it could be a safe space. I don't think we've ever had an incident in here where the police had to be called. It's a safe space, and that was important. I mean, I wasn't real big, so I needed safe spaces.
Okay, so like, was it, I know, like, throughout my life, I have like
Throughout his life.
throughout my life, I have attended to different facilities, different properties and everything. As my Michael Jackson experience, I call it home. And how long did it take for you to call this your home?
Oh, you know what? It's been always. I mean, anytime you go somewhere and you feel safe and you feel welcome, it's a home away from home. And that's why there's some feeling in here, as was said, because I have memories of nothing but good here. Even the discipline that took place here was tough love. I'm a firm believer in tough love. Yes. And so, yeah, it's really good. And I'm very happy that you all are keeping this or rebirthed it and bringing it back to life so that the people in this community can have a safe space. Everybody talk about we should build something new. We got something right here.
Yeah, I agree. One last question. When you see something for a very long time and you grow with it, what was one thing that brought tears to your eyes throughout the transition of years as this place became until now?
Oh, let's say what's really heartbreaking is to see the surrounding areas and how, when we talk about, let's just talk about this space. This space, not just the community, but this space, when I came back and the place was dormant, no lights, no heat, pipes were ceilings falling down. This was a place that we said, the basement field reward, we talked about this being a home away from home, a safe space, but that place was no longer here. But, you know, because you guys have all come together to say, we're not gonna let this place be abandoned in the Austin community. This was put back together with love, so it was sad to see the conditions that this building had went down to when it meant so much for the community. And that's what happens in our neighborhoods. Things that mean a lot seem to go away.
Yeah, it does. But I think that's if
All
the
right.
question is.
Hey, you know, by the way, I used to be 22.
Really?
We want to thank our state rep. Please give them a round of applause. Encourage them to go on in our neighborhood and our community and vote twice for president. Thank you so much. And God bless.
All right.